Sean Callahan to talk some recruiting. What a huge weekend, Sean. Absolutely a huge weekend, and a commit comes out of it.
Yeah, Nebraska hosted 42 visitors, Michael, that had offers in hand. To my knowledge, that's the most we've ever seen come in one weekend for Nebraska. But the Huskers pick up one commitment on the weekend, a big one locally. Christian Jones, Omaha West Side, arguably the #1 ranked prospect in the state of Nebraska, an All-American that will play in the All-American Bowl, the Polynesian Bowl, makes it official. He was offered as a freshman in high school by the previous Husker staff when he was at Burke. So this has been really a 4-year courtship by multiple different coaching staffs at Nebraska.
What position?
He's a linebacker, probably an inside linebacker. He's played edge over his career. He's played tight end. But I think he'll transition to that linebacker spot. You know, you saw Willis McGahee ready on the field making plays. There's no reason why Christian Jones can't come in and be that kind of player. And we know the staff is good at getting some of these guys like that on the field right away.
He's an explosive kid. Let's talk about the 2025 class.
Yeah, the remainder of the key targets for Nebraska for the class of 2025 were also on campus this weekend. And you go down the line of some of the big names. You had Cortez Mills here, an Oklahoma wide receiver commit out of Florida. You had Michael Terry, a #1 ranked athlete in the country as well, that was here on campus. And then Dawson Merritt, an Alabama linebacker. Jones ended up committing. When you talk about 2025 recruiting for Nebraska, those are probably the 4 primary targets out there. One of them committed. The other 3 are kind of long shots.
It'll be tough.
If they can get one of those 3, I think that would be a big get.
And some 2026 guys.
Yeah, then on 2026, wow. You talk about surrounding states, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Oklahoma. I mean, they had several of the top guys here. They had one of their top quarterbacks here, Michael Clayton, a 4-star out of Orlando Seminole. You had Jackson Cantwell out of Missouri. He's been here multiple times now. He is a 5-star offensive tackle, also the nation's top shot put thrower in track and field in the high school ranks.
Wow.
And then you had a number of other guys here as well, Walker and Utu. So, you know, in terms of high-profile 4- and 5-star guys, it was as big of a weekend, and Nebraska lived up to the billing, got the win, and had a magical night.
Let's talk about the future recruit, Tyson Terry. We've been watching this kid since he was a freshman.
Yeah, Tyson Terry, Omaha North, will have a chance to be a 4-time heavyweight Class A state champion. That's never been done. He's never lost in his career as a heavyweight wrestler, just a dominant wrestler. And he's been a commit now to Nebraska over a year at Omaha North. He's a dominant defensive lineman on the interior, and you know, one of the leaders of this recruiting class. Just kind of a silent, tough guy. I know the coaching staff extremely high on his physicality, his toughness. It will be interesting to see how they grow and develop his body and kind of where they think he fits long-term in this defensive scheme.
He also didn't leave. He could have left there if he wanted to. Let's talk about in-state recruit this week.
Yeah, and then our final featured recruit tonight, Ryman Ziebert from Platteview, a 6'6" and a half tight end, 205 pounds. Had a Nebraska offer. The Huskers kind of went in a different direction. He committed to Stanford. He had Duke and Stanford as really his main finalists, I would say, in the recruiting process. And he chose the Cardinal, but a long athletic athlete, placed in the 400 meters, I think the last 2 years in the state track meet. So not only a big guy, he can run, played on a basketball team that was in the state tournament, and plays that premium position tight end where, for whatever reason, this part of the country produces a lot of high-level tight end recruits.
Plus, he's smart because he's going to Stanford.
He's going to Stanford.
No doubt about it. Sean, we appreciate it.